The pursuit of wealth and power typically go hand in hand, and the era of globalization has seen these two forces converge in the rise of kleptocratic autocracies. The word kleptocracy means rule by thieves, and is what happens when corruption takes over and becomes systemic in a society, so that a country's highest level of authorities are able to capture state resources for their own personal, private gain, which they also use to secure their position of power. We should be extremely concerned about pervasive corruption and kleptocracy. Extreme forms of corruption not only destabilize countries by gutting state budgets intended to provide social services and other public goods that can help developing countries prosper, but the vast quantities of resources captured by kleptocrats enable authoritarian regimes to tighten their grips over their own populations. We need to acknowledge that the United States and many other Western democracies play an enabling role in the rise of global kleptocracy. Autocrats and other corrupt actors use different vehicles in the global financial system, such as anonymous beneficial ownership accounts and other corporate structures that provide a layer of secrecy to hide and park their wealth in our countries where kleptocrats believe it will be safer. The United States has recognized the corrosive impact that corrupt money has on our democratic values and institutions, and it has developed a number of legislative, regulatory, and enforcement mechanisms to limit opportunities for foreign corrupt actors to move their money here. But more needs to be done to close loopholes that foreign kleptocrats have continued to exploit. Democracies also need to make sure that law enforcement agencies that have legal authority to prosecute financial crimes receive adequate funding to support what are often lengthy, drawn-out investigations in legal proceedings. Policymakers and law enforcement agencies should look for opportunities to work with frontline civil society organizations and investigative media from around the world to build legal cases for sanctioning and prosecuting corrupt foreign officials. Finally, the international community needs to continue supporting independent investigative journalism efforts that have been on the front lines of uncovering and reporting where kleptocrats hide their wealth, often at great risk for doing so. Democracies have all the tools to counter this scourge, but they also need political will to enforce the rule of law and send a clear message to kleptocrats everywhere around the world that their money isn't welcome here.